We're back with former Governor David Paterson and Nassau County Executive Bruce Blakeman. So another question having to do with Albany. We both know that both houses of the legislature are controlled by Democrats, and progressives actually hold sway in both houses. So how will this governor, who seems to be more moderate in her thinking, get anything done? And will she have to forge some kind of a relationship with Republicans and moderate Democrats as a different kind of a coalition in order to get some of the things passed?
Well, the Senate lost its veto-proof majority. So if the governor vetoes a bill now, the Senate can't just ram it down her throat, and you need both legislatures in order to do that. So the governor picked up a little Pyrrhic victory from the election in that regard. But I think that what... Will
Republicans work with her?
I think Republicans will work with her. When I was there, I worked with the Republicans. But I do think that there is really, this is a point of inflection right now, because I think you're going to notice that the other Democrats who are afraid of the extremists are now going to realize that the public has shown the way, that you don't have to be that way. So I think not just the governor, but the legislative leaders and the legislators themselves, you may see them taking a whole different tone at this point.
Well, I think she would have allies in the Republican Party if she moderated her positions. Whether she's a moderate or not, she hasn't acted like a moderate. And she's going to have that opportunity now. Most people in New York State are pretty much in the center. They might be a little right of center like I am, or maybe a little left of center like Governor Paterson, but most people are in the middle. And they don't like extremism. And that's why you saw so many commercials about extremism, calling her an extremist, calling Lee Zeldin an extremist. And I know Lee Zeldin very well. He's no extremist. But that's the way they run campaigns right now. And I think that basically she has a real opportunity. Look, I'm a Republican county executive of a very large county. I'm certainly willing to work with her, you know, but you have to meet halfway. So if she's willing to meet halfway, I'm willing to meet halfway.
But so the state's going to face a fiscal cliff. All the reports say that the state is going to face some really hard fiscal times, as is New York City. So given the fact that there's going to be budget shortfalls, how will Kathy Hochul deal with her promise to cut taxes, to build affordable housing, and all the other election year promises that she made to get elected? I mean, what's going to happen?
Well, every governor really wants to cut taxes. That's what they want to do because it inspires the economy and it leads to other real positive things that can happen. It just will depend on how hard the deficit is and when it comes. You know, it is a difficult undertaking to ask New Yorkers at this time, when we're all recovering, to pay more taxes. But theoretically, it could come to that if the...
Well, they're going to have to either that or cut programs.
Or there's a third solution.
They're going to have to cut programs.
Or there's a third solution. Use the DeSantis model and create economic development and prosperity. And that's one of the things that the Democrats have been very bad at doing. They have all this government control. They shut down our state during the pandemic. He kept his state open. And it's a big difference. Look, here's a guy who got, you know, 56% of the vote in Florida and won Miami-Dade County. So if she concentrates on economic development, she won't have to raise taxes and she won't have a budget problem. But she's got to convince the far left wing of her party that's in the legislature that it's economic development that's going to bring prosperity and lower taxes and make it more affordable for people who live in New York State, because right now we're losing population.
How optimistic are you that the progressives in the legislature, in both houses of the legislature, would go along with that?
Because they saw the results of the election. They're not profiles in courage. At rallies they may be, but when it really comes down to it, if you want to keep your job, the public, not your own inner conscience or what you read when you were in college or whatever your ideology is, it's how best you serve your constituents, and their constituents spoke out. Any responsible elected official at this point would listen to them.
So let's talk about the congressional races. The Republicans took 2 Hudson Valley seats and four, count them, 4 on one island. So even Tom Suozzi's seat went red. So was this the Zeldin effect, or was this just no coattails from Kathy Hochul?
I have to give Congressman Zeldin this. He motivated a lot of people. He ran a stirring campaign. He spoke out strongly. And I think in a lot of ways he motivated a lot of people to come out and vote in those other races. And so he is really the hero of the 6 congressional seats that they won.
I would agree. I think Lee Zeldin did.
I thought you'd agree.
Yeah, he did a great job. But also, on Long Island, we tend to be a little more conservative. And I also think that we have great organizations. Our chairman, Joe Cairo, is probably the best political operative in the United States. And Jesse Garcia in Suffolk is very good as well. And I think that we were able to get our people out. We had a good message, and we had a good candidate.
Were you surprised, either of you, that Sean Patrick Maloney lost?
No, because I was seeing the internal polling on that. And, you know, if you look at Congressman Crowley and you look at who was the congressman, the Republican from Virginia that was the majority leader,
Eric Cantor. Yeah.
You know, when you take a leadership position, you better not forget your district. And I think that that's what happens to a lot of leaders in either political party. They start concentrating on being the party leader rather than realizing that Tip O'Neill was right. All politics are local.
Also, Congressman Maloney's district was reapportioned.
Yeah, but he didn't run in his regular district.
Right,
he ran in a different
but he ran
district.
in the one that he thought would favor him. And really, the way the districts were drawn, he would have had trouble in either district.
But speaking of these districts, do you think that the Democrats in the legislature got a little greedy when they drew the original lines, and and then, you know, there was it went to the courts, and the courts, including, by the way, the Court of Appeals, which is democratically controlled and appointed by former Governor Cuomo, they said that this was wrong, that it was gerrymandering. So do you think that they overstepped their bounds and they can only blame themselves?
It was very honorable that the courts did that. But in reapportionments every 10 years, the party that has the most votes draws the lines so conspicuously that it favors them. And in 2004, I sued the entire legislature for the exact same reason, but it took 20 years for them to hear it.
Now, Marsha, I think you're absolutely right. I think that they were greedy. They overstepped their bounds. And I think that, you know, it's a lesson to be learned for both parties. You know, obviously, we want the advantage for our party. The Democrats want the advantage for their party. But advantage is one thing, but trying to completely control the process, I think the courts were offended. I think the people were offended.
All right, well, we're going to have to leave it right there. But our conversation with David Patterson and Bruce Blakeman continues right after the show on our streaming network, CBS News New York.